Okay, let me just say this right off the bat. Scratch21's first album was amazing. Like, every single one of the stories was very well developed, and I really kind of felt like I could envision all this stuff happening. Heck, I even got ideas for music videos for them. That's how well developed they were. But enough of this shameless self-advertising. That's for the end of the video. Anyway, what if all the stories we hear in Scratch21's album aren't all separate, but different sections of an overarching story? Sounds a bit crazy, I know, but if you listen to it, it kind of makes a bit of sense. Now, before I get into this theory, if you haven't seen the full album, you should definitely go listen to it. It's really good. I'll put a link in the description to where you can find the full album. Go ahead. I'll wait. Everyone caught up? Good. So the first song on the timeline is The Rhyme. This overarching story centers around Jack. He's our main character in this. And this song tells us his backstory. How he was bullied so harshly that he describes it as a horror story. And as we learn further along in the timeline, this has really impaired his social skills a lot. He says he feels broken and hopes tomorrow doesn't come too soon. So this obviously impacts him in not liking to interact with other people. So he's very, very lacking in the social skills department. The next one in the timeline is Sorry Jack. Now, it's important to note that this song takes place from an outsider point of view, where it centers around Jack. He's 20, he has a throw pillow from his favorite show, and wears a fedora everywhere he goes. And to outsiders, he seems very naive, inexperienced with girls, which he probably is, let's be honest. He has a crush on this really pretty girl, but she's been with a lot of guys, essentially. Being from an outsider point of view, we can see that this girl does not have a good reputation, considering the fact she's been with so many guys. So we have this relationship that Jack and this girl are having, and at the end, they break up. And Jack doesn't take it too well. He hugs his pillows and he cries himself to sleep. Now, next in the timeline is Butterflies. This is the same relationship, but this from Jack's point of view. And we know it's the same time because he describes her as out of his league and too good to believe, which we can probably infer the first girl is based on the song. But this line implies that he ended up feeling that he was strung along, just like everyone else said he was going to be. In Sorry Jack, we hear he was naive because he'd never kissed this girl. But the line, "Please kiss me quick," implies he wanted a kiss, but never worked up the courage, since it does describe how he never kissed a girl besides his mom. Now, this could be an over-exaggeration, but either way, Jack is not too good with girls, or social skills in general, for that matter. Anyway, he also describes himself as a babbling idiot, which could be another reason that he thinks he was broken up with. At the end, he starts lamenting about his breakup, saying, "Don't leave me alone," and all this stuff. It's a pretty sad story. But when he says "until then," that definitely implies he reminisces fondly on their relationship, even if he hated how it ended. Jack's found a new girl, as we can see from the line, "Not ashamed of holding the hand of someone who takes me for what I am." But in this pretty girl's trying to get back with him. He's a bit upset that she wants him back after he's moved on, saying that his life isn't her puppet, as in she can't do what she wants with it. Shouldn't matter what someone else says implies the girl couldn't take the things people said about her being with Jack, who is described as a lonely loser as an outside point of view. So this whole time, she was just probably kind of peer pressured into not being with Jack. But now Jack is here saying it shouldn't matter what someone else says, essentially. Now him saying all these goodbyes at the end is implying that he's leaving. Possibly moving out, most likely moving out of the house. Which is sort of a symbol for the fact that he's maturing, which implies he's maturing more than the events of Sorry Jack. And now we move on to the final song, Strangers. This is years later. Jack and the girl are thinking about each other, and Jack, at the beginning, is thinking about how he left on such bad terms and is starting to regret it a bit. He does miss her, and he does miss the fun times they spent together. And now he's thinking he does want to be friends, but he doesn't know if she misses him. The girl, we learn, stayed in town, and she knows that he was bullied. As we can see from the line, "Be brave for me, ignore their eyes." In the line, "Not caring is so hard to do," most likely means that because Jack was mad, this girl felt like she had to be too. Even though she really cared for him. But, like I said, the talk that all these people were saying about her was just getting to her, and it unfortunately affected her a lot. And now the girl is also saying that maybe they should be strangers too. It's not a very happy ending, but this is what I think. Honestly, the stories do line up really well, and even if you don't see it as an overarching story, it's still a really good album with really good stories to tell. If you haven't checked it out by now, then why are you listening to this video, for one? But two, you should definitely check it out. It's a really good album. Scratch21 is starting to make more videos, and I cannot wait to see the songs that they put out in the future. They are really talented people. So, this is William, signing out for now. Bye.